We begin our morning stepping into a sea of color. We're visiting the central temple grounds to experience the breathtaking displays of the Lotus Lantern Festival, a tradition stretching back over 1,200 years to the Silla dynasty. Look up, and the world disappears beneath a ceiling of brilliant colors. Thousands of lotus lanterns suspended like a low sky, gently swaying in the morning breeze, is one of the most breathtaking sights in Korea. But if you look closer beneath the vibrant paper petals, you will see what truly gives this place its soul. Tied to the base of each lantern is a simple slip of paper bearing handwritten names, the names of mothers, fathers, grandparents, and friends. These are the names of the missing, the names of those who have passed on from this life, but who remain fiercely alive in the hearts of the people standing below. To walk beneath these lanterns is to walk through a collective tapestry of human devotion. Every single lantern represents a story, a lifetime of impact, and a family that remembers. It is a reminder that though a voice may be silenced, a name written in light can never truly be forgotten. 별빛이 우리를 감싸면 걱정은 모두 사라져 함께 있는 지금이 The drive away from Seoul is to leave one of the most vibrant, high-energy cities, but drive just 1 hour north and the neon lights fade into something entirely different. The landscape flattens, the traffic thins, and suddenly you notice the miles of razor wire over the fences, punctuated by empty concrete guard towers staring out into the empty unknown area. There is one essential pit stop prior to our visit to the DMZ. This is Hanjong Disum, a sanctuary of traditional flavor. Here, lunch isn't just a quick bite, it's an absolute feast for the senses centered around legendary styles of a dining known as Hanjong-sik. This is the approach to the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, a 2.5-mile wide strip of no man's land that has held the lines of the world's longest truce for over 70 years. Technically, the war never ended, and the moment your bus stops at the military checkpoint, that reality hits home. Our first real stop is Imjinggak Park. It's a place built for healing, a sanctuary for families severed by an invisible line. The contrast here is jarring. In one direction, there are colorful ribbons tied to a barbed wire fence, carrying handwritten wishes for peace and reunification. Right next to it sits a mangled coal-black steam locomotive, pockmarked with dozens of bullet holes from the Korean War, frozen on a track that leads north, yet can no longer reach. There are places along the border where the weight of the history isn't measured in concrete barriers or miles of wire, but in the quiet, agonizing gaps left in families. For those who manage to cross over, the freedom of the South is always haunted by the silence of the North. and here, at the edge of the divide, that grief has a physical home. They come as a family, multiple generations standing before a monument dedicated to the ones they could not bring with them. They remember the frantic, terrifying day they fled, the hands that slipped away, the family they left behind in the curtains of total silence. For decades, there have been no letters, no phone calls, no confirmation of life or death, just a vast empty space where a family should be. To witness this is to see the true, unhealed wounds of the peninsula. It is a grief frozen in time, passed down from one generation to another. In this moment, the politics, the borders, and the military lines fade away. There is only the raw human sorrow of a family standing just miles from the people they love, crying out and praying that their tears might somehow find a way home. As armed South Korean soldiers board the bus, the air in the bus goes dead silent. You hold your passport open, waiting as your young, stoic eyes cross-reference your face with a manifest list. It isn't scary exactly, but it is a profound, surreal moment. Now we go underground. The air grows cold and heavy. The ceiling drops. You walk deep into the dark until you hit a massive concrete barricade. Through a tiny thick glass window in the wall, you can peer into the blackness of the North Korean side. From the Dora Observatory, you look into the high-powered binoculars. You see North Korea's Peace Village. It looks like a ghost town, but if you look closely, you can see tiny figures, real people, miles away, working in the fields. No cars, no electricity, just an eerie, quiet stillness. As the bus turns back toward the highway to Seoul, you watch the razor wire roll past the windows once more. You realize that visiting the DMZ isn't about the military hardware or the propaganda flagpoles. It's a profound weight of seeing a single people shared by history and blood, completely divided by an invisible line, standing so incredibly close, yet worlds apart. Today, we didn't just travel through geography, we traveled through two entirely different versions of the human spirit, separated by less than 50 miles. It is a profound, heavy contrast to absorb in a single day. This was indeed a very hard video to create and show all the emotions we all experienced today. And how ironic it was that we chose a place to eat dinner at a famous restaurant that specializes in North Korean buckwheat noodles.